Good morning, dear friends. Happy Monday. Here we are starting a new week. I hope you had a lovely weekend, that you got to enjoy some of that beautiful summer weather that we're having, although we had an epic thunderstorm here last night too. Here we are doing our usual check-in, setting the tone for our week ahead. So if you're here with me live, say hi. Or if you, I've been saying this for a while, if you have any questions or need to have some support with this whole idea of letting go that I so often talk about, the idea of letting go is, it's about being truthful with yourself and checking in to see, is it time to let a pattern go, or a habit or a mindset or a thought or words that you talk about yourself? Is it time to say, thank you, I don't need this anymore, because I'm becoming more and more who I truly am? And all that being said, so we'll get to the card that we're going to work with this week in a moment. Excuse me. But all this being said, on Friday we have a full moon, and it's full moon in Aquarius. You know, the time that we're moving through with all the different astrological influences, it's time to really deeply explore you, this core essence of you. What makes your heart light up? What brings you joy? And start to really explore that. I like to talk about this as being a wee bit of a spiritual detective, because in essence, the answers to any questions that you might be working through or trying to resolve, it's always going to be spiritual in nature, because the truth of the core essence of us is that we are spiritual beings having this experience. And so it's to kind of look in, like I said, we're in a time that's being very significantly supported or influenced to explore and to really align with the truth of you, the core of you, the essence of you, and make it a sense. This is not like a, you better do this kind of thing. It's more about relaxing into the capacity, the spaciousness of, if there were no limitations, who would you be? What would you like to see in your life within? Because the other part of all this too is that when we create it in ourselves, then we get to see it all around us. So it's about doing the inner work in order to see what you want to have around you, right? So that's the inner work, is that we work on the microcosm, and the macrocosm, it actually is created by us doing our inner work. So these are the times that we're in right now. Like I said, if you have any questions or need some more resources on this idea of letting go, when you start to look within you, because sometimes, I don't know about you, but sometimes if I'm doing introspection, I can sometimes come up with things that I don't really like, or that I think, gosh, I have to tell myself the truth that I have this habit, or I have this propensity, or, and then come into a space of accepting it. And then it's the awareness, and then the acceptance is the only way that we can actually really change and embrace the wholeness of who we are. And that's the whole piece around letting go. All that being said, and it's really funny because I started this session a wee bit late today, and it made me chuckle, because today we're working on procrastination. How does procrastination show up for you? Do you feel like, oh, I have to do this, but I don't really want to, and you put it off? You put off things that you don't really like doing? You know, I believe that there is two pieces around procrastination. And so it's really, really important. And this is great to have this coming up during this time of self-exploration, because sometimes procrastination is you saying, oh, I don't like doing that, or it's too much pain in doing this, and this is boring, whatever it is that's making you do that. Or even perfectionism. I can't launch this, or I can't let this out until it's just right. But, and here's the but, Sometimes procrastination could be your inner guidance saying, that's actually not the best thing for you to do. So it's really important to really feel into what's the message that procrastination is telling you. Is it that you're saying yes to something that's not in alignment with the truth of who you are? Or is it that you need to just push through and get into the willingness to sit in the discomfort? So just see how that shows up. Like I say, there's no right or wrong. It's just being willing to see where's the pattern, how can you acknowledge it, accept it, and then either get the guidance from it or push through and get things done anyway. But let me read this out to you and see if this helps you go a little bit deeper into this idea. Stop thinking that you will finally get into whatever task is at hand tomorrow. Live in the present moment. And this is where we get the guidance. So when we live in the present moment. Live in the present moment and get stuff done when it needs to get done. Maximize your time to your best of your ability. Complete each task that you need to as soon as you can. And this allows you to feel free from worry and stress by getting things out of the way as soon as possible. Here's a wee process designed to let go of the distractions and false needs that cause procrastination. So first, pay attention to the pain or the discomfort they cause you later, instead of only the temporary comfort or pleasure that they give you right away, right? So that's like putting something off because I like doing this, or just a little bit more, and then you don't get to the thing that you need to do. Think about the person you want to be, the life that you want to live. Set your intentions to do the good work you think you should do. Be aware of your urges to check things, to go to the comfort of distractions. Notice that when you want to escape the discomfort of something hard and go to the comfort of something familiar and easy. Realize that you actually do not need that comfort. You are capable of being in discomfort and nothing bad will happen. In fact, oftentimes, the best things happen when we are in discomfort. Of course, that's just because that's what they say, right? Success happens just outside of your comfort zone. Not too way outside of it, but just outside. So it's the willingness to go there. Pause, smile, breathe, and let go. And one step at a time, you become the person you want and intend to be. So take a nice deep breath. Just feel into that. Are there some pieces that you can use to explore as you go into that idea of self-exploration and letting go of the things that don't serve you? I like to suggest that when we let go of things that don't serve us anymore, or we have like little critical dialogue going on or things like that, to have some appreciation. Because, if procrastination does show up for you, well, maybe it was a pattern that suited you in a certain time, but now you evolved and you're more determined and committed to being the light that you truly are, or to being the service provider of whatever it is you're doing, right? And so then you say, thank you, old pattern of procrastination or second guessing myself or doubting myself. Thank you. You kept me safe back then, but I don't need you now. And see how that shows up. I just shuffled my tarot cards to see. We get some guidance from the tarot, and then I'm going to pull 3 angel cards. So look at this card that's come up. It's the 2 of Cups. Really like that. That's a beautiful support. What I was saying to you about the self-exploration. When you look in the mirror, who do you see? Do you like what you see? Do you smile? Or do you criticize? Or do you get upset with yourself because you're not doing or being all the things that you thought you would be doing or being at this point in your life? There's no right or wrong here. It's having the willingness to have a look. So that's what the 2 of Cups is kind of supporting you to feel your emotions. Maybe even put your hand over your heart. Take a few deep breaths. And let's see, do you love and accept what you see when you look in the mirror? And just be okay with whatever dialogue comes up, and then see if you can change the channel of that inner dialogue. And I would encourage you to do it today. We're letting procrastination go. So let's see what comes up with these. This is Doreen Virtual's. Doreen Virtual is Healing with the Angels cards. I said virtual. Virtue. Oh, my favorite card of this deck came up for us, and it's this one, Emerging. Isn't that awesome? So I said self-exploration. When we look into ourselves, we allow the truth of us to come out. We start to really recognize, yep, I'm in the right place at the right time. I created this. And if there's anything that's not serving that, it's like, okay, I created this too. And then I can let go of anything that's not serving that beautiful piece of you that's emerging. And then follow your dreams. Track your dreams. If you're doing some journaling or exploring, sometimes, and this happens to me, I don't know about you, is sometimes when we're, consciously working through something, then we can let go and it gets resolved in our dreams. And then pay attention to how do you feel the following morning, and then maybe go back into your journal and just process all of that. And I love this. Look at the wrapping it up is abundance. Always remember and recognizing, acknowledge, flow into the beautiful abundance that's all around you. So just take a nice deep breath. Actually, talking about abundance, I just released a new guided meditation on Insight Timer. So if you don't follow me on Insight Timer, I would encourage you to go there. It's a brilliant resource for guided meditations, and I have one just went live. I think that went yesterday on opening up to abundance. That just feels like that's very much in alignment with that. So I wish you a beautiful week ahead. I wish you a beautiful, abundant week ahead, releasing that propensity to procrastinate and get the guidance from it. It's either I don't want to step into my beyond my comfort zone, or it's a tap on the shoulder from your intuition saying, watch. Of course, it's not saying don't do anything. It's saying, no, do this instead. So play with it. Let me know. Again, like I said, if you need some more support or guidance or resources to help you let go of what's not serving you or serving the best version of you, let me know. I'm here for you. I wish you a beautiful week. Much love.